of the inaugural Premiership, it was nail-biting stuff to see who would survive. Oldham Athletic took on Southampton at Boundary Park, knowing they had to win to stand any chance of avoiding the drop, and then hope that results elsewhere went their way. It would be a day of high drama for Oldham boss Joe Royle. Oldham's fans were looking to leading goalscorer Ian Olney to fire them to safety. The Latics had been in good form, winning 2 of their last 3. Royle made one change to the side that had defeated Liverpool in their most recent outing, Andy Ritchie replacing Darren Beckford. Tim Flowers was the man in goal for Southampton. Oldham simply had to find a way past him. Ian Bramford's side was safe in 16th position. There was one change from their home defeat to Manchester City, Richard Hall replacing Matthew Bound. Your match commentator on a nerve-wracking afternoon in the Northwest is John Champion.
Cometh the hour and all that. Oldham simply have to win. Their fate is inextricably linked with that of Crystal Palace, who at this point in time are kicking off at Highbury against Arsenal. Palace 3 points ahead of Oldham. Their goal difference is 2 better than Oldham Athletics. But Oldham's thoughts purely concentrated on beating Southampton today, and then things elsewhere will unfold as they will. Here's Halle, and out comes Tim Flowers. It's a vibrant atmosphere inside this old ground, full to bursting. Just under 15,000 people crammed in here today, and Gunnar Halle, who's been pushed forward, almost sneaking in. Here's Milligan, the captain. Kenneth Monkou was left trailing in his wake. Mike Milligan has been the driving force behind Oldham this season. 9 of Oldham's 12 Premier League wins this season have been here. Pointon, and here's Tissier, and headed up and away by Richard Jobson. Oldham are living dangerously. Tissier with the corner, and the header down by Hall, and Oldham relieved to see it trickle wide. Southampton secured their Premier League place for next season. That was managed a couple of weeks ago, but they've only taken 1 point from their last 3 games. That's a huge clearance. First bounce from Paul Gerrard over the crossbar of his opposite number, Tim Flowers. The wind always plays a part. Boundary Park, the second highest league ground in England. And you can see that the kick from Flowers is right into the teeth of the gale. Chance here for Oldham. And Flowers plucks the cross out of the air. Halle was hoping to get on the end of it. Dowie. Now Pointon. Halle. Hall at his back. And there's Ritchie. Andy Ritchie, whose season has been ruined by injury. It's only his 10th start today. If he'd played the whole season, then maybe Oldham wouldn't be in this predicament. Super header. Ritchie. Down goes Hall, down goes Andy Ritchie. No free kick. Southampton beat Oldham 1-0 at the Dell back in October. They're not so potent on their travels, though. Dowie rising. Out only as far as Halle. And then Ritchie's header. It's been a busy man, Tim Flowers. Does pull away well from defenders, Andy Ritchie. Dowie and Monkou shepherding him beyond the near post. That's Monkou. Neil Pointon. Well held by Flowers. Oldham with the wind at their backs in this first half and the slope in their favour. Jobson. He's left it short, and here's Ian Dowie. And Dowie was tugged back there by Steve Redmond, and he's gone round the keeper, but the whistle has long since gone. Shake of the head from the Southampton striker. They've come in all sorts of garb today from the South Coast. Halle. Out of play for a Southampton throw. And they're still wondering about that decision that in the end went against Ian Dowie. He felt he should have had something, but in the end the referee gave the foul against Dowie. Corner conceded by Monkou. Oldham desperate for a goal. Remember, they have to win to have any chance of staying in the Premier League. They need to take advantage of this wind in the first half too. Pointon. Oh, it's gone straight in! Neil Pointon has used the gale to score direct from a corner. And on this of all days, what a stunt to pull. Set it up, knew it had a chance, they're used to the conditions here. Here's Ritchie. And Cockerill wins out, and then is fouled by Andy Ritchie. Well, they say you have to take the most of home advantage, and that's precisely what Oldham have done. It is a ground like no other. The elements are fiercer than just about anywhere else in the country, and Oldham have used them to stunning effect. Dowie. The Tissier, it's 1-1! And Oldham's lead lasted only 5 minutes. Matt Le Tissier scores his 13th Premier League goal of the season. From Ian Dowie's pass, helped on by Maddison, and finished with the outside of Matt Le Tissier's right boot, swerving away from Gerrard. Doesn't matter how many Oldham concede today, as long as they score at least one more. So they have to attack. That's their mantra today. Pointon! It was dexterous. He's had his moment today. Lightning is unlikely to strike twice. 2 goals in a season maybe, 2 in 10 minutes, no way. Dowie. Jobson got a foot to it, here's Monkou. Southampton have only won 3 times on their travels in the Premier League this season. Find themselves in 15th place in the table with 50 points. But they have maintained their membership of the exclusive club of the English Premier League. Here's Ian Olney. And Halle. And Ritchie. And Olney for a second time! They will not lie down. It took them 84 years to reach the top flight of English football, and they're not going down without a big, big fight. They're back in front through Ian Olney. Took a deflection on its way in, but Oldham won't care a jot about that. Only the scoreline matters today. Olney. Considering the nerves that surround this occasion, it's been a remarkably open game. Ritchie couldn't get there. Fleming did. Well might he beat the turf. It's a good chance for Craig Fleming. And goal difference may be decisive. That's half-time. And Oldham, who have to win to have a chance, lead at the midway point, 2-1. Cockerill, back by Micky Adams. Ritchie, it's handball. The referee says not. Cockerill was fortunate to get away with it. Redmond. And still Steve Redmond! Well, Oldham have been buoyed by the half-time news from Highbury. Crystal Palace, their companions in distress, a goal down to Arsenal. And if it stays that way, then they know that a victory over Southampton may well be enough to keep them up. Craig Fleming. Good run. Here's Gunnar Halle. Halle up against Adams. There's Ritchie! They're in with a real chance now of survival. And what a fine build-up. The surge from the right back, Fleming. The right midfield man, Halle, with the delivery from wide. And an unmarked centre forward in Andy Ritchie to provide the finish. 3-1. Oh, it is agony for a manager in Joe Royle's position today. Swept forward by Bernard. Halle. Ritchie. Halle, good jump. Here's Olney! Fine challenge by Richard Hall. Oldham haven't found scoring a problem this season. 66 times they've found the net. More than Aston Villa, more than Norwich City. Trouble is they've let in 72. Dowie's jump. Here's Nicky Banger. Alert piece of goalkeeping by Paul Gerrard. And it needed to be. Ritchie. Here's Halle. It's opened up for Gunnar Halle. It's 4. And now, surely, as long as Crystal Palace do not come back at Arsenal, Oldham are staying in the Premier League. Gunnar Halle, one of the bargain signings of the last decade, gives Oldham what must surely be a winning lead now. Still, not even a flicker of a smile from a man who has a transistor radio in his pocket, keeping in touch with Crystal Palace's progress. Ian Branfoot, it's contractual obligation time. They're safe, doesn't matter what happens strictly to them today. But they are obliged to put up a fight. Up goes Dowie, and he was fouled by Richard Jobson. And if there is one player you don't want to present a free kick opportunity to in the English Premier League from this distance, it is Matthew Tissier. Wind has dropped a touch since the raging gusts of early in the game when Oldham scored from that corner. Maddison standing in front of the 4-man Oldham wall. And it is Le Tissier, and it is 4-2. And you can rely on him. His conversion rate from that sort of distance is similar to most people from the penalty spot. Halle. Halted by Monkou. And both sides have got a player down now. But it's play on, 10 against 10, Jobson. And Olney. And some of the players not sure what to do. Here's Ian Marshall! And that is a very good save by Tim Flowers. There was a moment at which it looked likely that Oldham would put the ball out for the players to have treatment. That watch is going ever more slowly. Halle. Bernard. Here's Marshall. Benali trips. Marshall. Gunnar Halle! Well, it shouldn't prove crucial, but you never know. It's Francis Benali that fell over at a most inopportune moment, and Marshall to Halle, and I think maybe the ball just bobbled before he struck it. Marshall with the turn, but not the control. It's a handful whether he plays up front or at the back, Ian Marshall. Crowd in good heart now, the Mexican wave going round. Ever since news of that second Arsenal goal against Crystal Palace at Highbury came through. If the two scorelines stay as they are at the moment, then Oldham will retain their status, which for a small club with very thin resources is a huge achievement. Here's Jeff Kenna. Still work to be done. And Kenna's cross, and Le Tissier scored with a header! And it's a hat-trick for the Saint-in-Chief. And you can count on the fingers of one hand the number of headed goals scored by Matt Le Tissier. And yet, in a sense, the hat-trick is a side issue. Came off the knee of a defender. What's more at issue is that Oldham are not yet safe, and Joe Royle can't bear to watch. Not from the touchline, at any rate. Five minutes remaining. Le Tissier. This is Banger. And now Oldham are living on a knife edge. They cannot afford to concede another goal. If Paul Gerrard keeps Southampton out, then Oldham stay up. If Southampton score, Oldham go down. Simple as that. Here's Le Tissier! For once he didn't catch it. Hall, Le Tissier. And there's an air of desperation around Boundary Park now. Fleming. Means so much to this proud club to be in the top division of English football. Fleming. Up goes Cockerill. Jobson only as far as Dowie. Huge sigh of relief as that goes high and wide. Oldham Athletic reached the top division in 1991 after 84 years of trying. Last season they clung on in 17th place. This season has been more of a battle. There's been much more concern. They were bottom in mid-March. They've climbed from the foot of the table. Can they stay out of the relegation zone? Out comes Flowers, and he's been caught in a very painful place. Those of you skilled in lip reading may be able to tell where. And Howard King has shown mercy, the referee, by calling a halt. And it's 3-0 now at Highbury. That's the cue for more celebrations. 3-0, Crystal Palace trail. As long as Oldham win, they are safe. And that news has come via the crowd and their radios. And the players must know out there now that all they have to do is protect their goal. On by Dowie, and claimed by Gerrard. And if Howard King wants to make himself the most popular man in Lancashire, he will blow his whistle as soon as humanly possible. The whistle does go, but only for a free kick. But it is a free kick to Oldham. The club who, when promoted at the start of last season, were told by all and sundry they had no chance of surviving. Joe Royle is on the verge of proving an awful lot of people wrong. Out comes Tim Flowers. One last Southampton sortie. Gunnar Halle just told to boot it anywhere. Back goes Hall. Whistles all around Boundary Park, but only one whistle really counts. Marshall is offside, and it'll be a free kick to Southampton. And time is up. We're at the discretion of the referee, Howard King. Booted away by Fleming this time. Anywhere will do for Oldham. Cockerill. And the ball has run out of play, and never has a goal kick been acclaimed so rapturously inside this stadium. It would be football's equivalent of a fairy story. Because competing in the English Premier League in this day and age is far from a level playing field. And here, on their sloping pitch, Oldham Athletic, as Paul Gerrard clears, must still wait for the whistle. The anxiety remains. Monkou, here's Hall. Where has the referee got so much stoppage time from? Cockerill, Benali, safely held. Like a catch in the outfield to win the Ashes. Monkou, Tissier. Monkou now on the right wing. Back for Kenna. Tissier. Goal kick. And surely, that must be enough. People standing around this ground imploring Howard King to blow the final whistle. And that'll be the cue for the mother of all parties. Throw in Southampton. Dowie, beaten in the air. Dreams can come true, and Oldham's just has. They will stay in the Premier League for another season after a 4-3 thriller of a win.
A remarkable match for the Boundary Park faithful, who were kept on tenterhooks in the dying stages of the game to discover if their side had avoided the drop. Thanks to Crystal Palace's 3-0 defeat to Arsenal at Highbury, Oldham did survive on goal difference by a margin of 2. A day to celebrate for the fans and for their manager, who went through so many emotions during the course of a dramatic afternoon. By the end of it all, though, it was party time.